In this video, I'm going to show you how it's possible to get a $100,000 funded stock or options trading account where you take none of the losses and don't have to risk any of your capital. Yes, this is actually a real thing called prop trading. So if you think you have what it takes to profit in the market, but either don't have the money to trade or don't want to risk any of your money just yet, then this is the video for you. My name is Michael Patton, and I'm a professional prop trader, and today I'm going to teach you how it's possible to get funded with some real money to trade. Let's dive in. Today I'm going to teach you how to potentially get a $100,000 risk-free funded stock or options trading account where you don't have to take any of the losses. And this isn't going to be $100,000 for you to trade risky things like Forex or futures. You'll be able to trade pretty much the same stocks or options you already trade every week. There are 3 steps to achieve this that we are going to walk through today. Step number 1, prop trading 101 and understanding why someone would give you $100,000 to trade with. This is important because people will often see the get $100,000 headline and think, oh, that must be a scam. But no, there are real reasons firms would give you that money to trade with, and you'll see shortly. Step 2, how to avoid major mistakes with prop trading. There are a lot of shady companies in this space, and it's very important for you to avoid making many common mistakes beginners make when diving into the prop trading world, and I'm here to help you avoid these mistakes. And step number 3, how to get funded by outsmarting prop trading challenges. As you'll see later on, prop trading firms will have you complete these challenges to see if you have what it takes to trade successfully. My favorite part of what I'm going to teach you today is how to outsmart and pass those challenges so you actually get funded with real money. Quick disclaimer before we dive into the course. So let's get started with a little prop trading 101. Why would someone give you $100,000 to trade with? So when it comes to prop trading, there are really 2 types of people that get funded. Number 1, people with small accounts that just need the funding to potentially start generating some big profits as a trader. And number 2, people who already have larger accounts that want to trade some big money but don't want to risk their own money just yet. If you're watching this, then you probably fall into one of these 2 buckets. So that's the big question that you need to answer right now. Should you risk your own money when trading? Or just use someone else's money for now? So here's the state of the market right now. The NASDAQ was down 30% last year. Retirement accounts got really hurt last year in 2022, with the average down approximately 20% last year. That's just insane. And I'm sure you were in a similar situation recently and what you saw in your retirement account. And because of that and soaring inflation, 25% of Americans are having to delay their retirement. Now, how crazy is that? And now, to make things even worse, the NASDAQ has ripped up over 34% this year. So my point is, the market we are currently trading in is super volatile. I don't think anyone has a clue what's going to happen next, and I can't imagine a whole lot of you are comfortable betting this rally is going to last, or if we're seeing a dead cat bounce here before the next crash. In a perfect world, you'd want to trade as big of an account as possible if you didn't have to take on the risk, if you didn't have to cover any of the losses. But we all know that the world is not perfect and trading is risky, especially in these volatile markets we've been seeing. So let's say your goal is to make $50,000 in trading profits. Let's take a look at what % gain your account would need to be at each month to hit that goal. So if you're starting with a $2,000 account, you would need to turn that into $52,000. And that would mean that you would need to earn 31% every month for 12 months straight to hit that $52,000 by the end of the year. And that is insanely hard to do. So next, let's say that you start off with $10,000. You would need to earn 16% a month for 12 months straight to hit $60,000. That is still insanely hard to do. Now, let's say you're starting with $100,000 instead. You would only need to earn 3.4% each month to turn your account into $150,000. Now, who thinks that's easier, way easier to do than the other options? Folks, that's the power you can get when you're trading a larger account. So what would it look like to get access to someone else's $100,000? So let's go through the first and most common option. If you want to get $100,000, you can try getting it from a bank or a personal loan company. So here are some of the current options I see when just looking on Google now. You're looking at 7% interest on the low end and 36% interest on the high end. Look at how insane those rates are now because of inflation. It's ridiculous. So here are the obvious problems with doing something like this. Number one, because of those insane interest rates, your annual fee would be anywhere between $7,000 to $36,000 on $100,000. And that's not even one time too, because you'd be paying that much in interest every year. And problem number two, not one of those options even offered $100,000. The max was $40,000. And then there's problem number three. What if your credit isn't strong enough? If your credit isn't the best, you might not even qualify for a loan. And if you did, you'd probably be looking at a 30% annual interest. And last but not least, and probably the biggest factor, problem number four, with someone else's money or a loan like this, you'd still be taking all of the losses. So what's even the point? So let's move on to option two, or what it would look like to get a $100,000 account from a prop trading firm. So here's how prop trading works. Prop trading firms look for people that have the potential to trade profitably. I know there are some of you watching this now who probably think you have what it takes as well. Then, if a trader can prove to the prop trading firm that they can actually trade profitably, the firm will give them real funds to trade. And why would they do that? The prop trading firms, they make money from the trader's profits. Usually 70% of the profits go to the trader and 30% go to the prop trading firm. So as you profit in the markets and continue to grow your account, the proprietary trading firm profits along with you. And the best part is, because you proved to the prop trading firm you can trade, they will take all of the losses that you have. So all in all, prop trading is a win-win for both sides. As you profit as a trader, the prop firm profits alongside you. And if you continue to be successful, the firm will give you the chance to trade even more money. That $100,000 could turn into $250,000, $500,000, or even $1 million potentially if you're really successful. So the big question you might have now is, okay, Mike, this sounds great. How do you prove to a prop trading firm that you have what it takes to trade? That's where the prop trading challenge comes into play. It works like this. The prop trading firm will set you up with their trading platform and a simulated account to trade with, usually a simulated $100,000 account. Then they'll give you about 30 days to generate a certain return without taking any major losses. They normally look for about a 5% to 10% gain within that 30-day time frame. And then, as long as you didn't take any major losses and put on enough trades during that time period, at the end of the month, you'll get a fully funded account. So it's as straightforward as that. As to recap, show a gain of about 5% to 10%, don't take any big losses, and put on enough trades so your profit isn't from one lucky trade. Okay, so that now brings me to step number two, how to avoid major mistakes with prop trading. Now that you understand how prop trading works, how you and the prop trading firm make money, and how the challenges work, we need to go into the major mistakes many people make when it comes to prop trading. So, There are mainly two types of prop trading firms. First off, we have super professional firms that will usually make you go into an office. They'll buy you a trading PC and give you all the tools and software you need to trade with. Then there are smaller firms that are mainly for everyday traders and will fund smaller amounts of money. Now, here are the major problems with the professional prop trading firms. Some of them these days charge up to $100,000 to get started. You have to buy into your seat, and obviously $100,000 isn't feasible for most people. It's pretty much a full-time job. So if you're a part-time trader, that clearly won't work for you. And the spots are very, very limited, as they only have the capacity to take on a certain amount of traders. So you might think, okay, well, clearly the smaller prop trading firms are better for me. Unfortunately, no, that's not usually the case. First off, most small prop firms are usually these foreign, sketchy platforms where there's literally no help at all. You couldn't get a real person on the phone if you tried. The next major issue is most of these smaller prop firms only let you trade Forex or futures, both of which are very risky for the average trader. You wouldn't be able to trade things like Tesla, the QQQs, Amazon, etc. They purposely make it hard to get funded as well. Just like the professional prop firms, there is always a buy-in price you have to pay to get the opportunity to get funded. And with these firms, they purposely make it hard so that you keep paying them, and that's why they have no support or live training to help you. At this point of the video, I'm sure some of you might be wondering, okay, so who are you? Well, again, my name is Michael Patton, and I'm the prop trading coach over at Funder Trading. I actually used to be a prop trader at Global Prime and Great Point Capital. And between myself and our trading group, we trade well over $1 million now because of how successful we've been. But my journey to becoming a funded trader wasn't the easiest in the world. In fact, I lost my job in 2008 when the market crashed, and that sucked. It really, really did, folks. It had to be one of the low points of my life. But I took that time and used it to learn to become a better trader. And that's what led me to prop trading. But I ran into a lot of the same issues I just mentioned on the previous slide. When I got started in prop trading, I didn't have the support I needed to succeed. And it was a full-time job back then, and pretty much was impossible for someone that is a part-time trader to do well. And because of that, I was losing a lot of money as a prop trader in the beginning. And it wasn't until I found a mentor who really taught me what to do that I truly started to succeed and profit. And like I mentioned before, now because of that, I have my own prop trading group with some colleagues where we manage over $1 million of our capital to trade. But my real passion was finding a way to make this more accessible to the everyday trader and provide them with the support and mentorship I never had when I started. So I created my own prop trading firm to fix these problems, Funder Trading. Now, I purposely made Funder Trading very different from most prop trading firms out there, with the main goal of helping as many traders as possible to get funded. So number one, we fund you with an actual stock or options trading account, not Forex or futures like most prop trading firms. That way you can trade big name stocks or options on names like Tesla, for example, that you're already used to. Now, this is extremely important here. Funder Trading is the first and only firm to offer a funded options trading account without needing to be licensed or put up your own capital. Now, a quick question for you all. After hearing that, why do you think no other firms out there are offering options funding and very few offer stocks funding? Well, it's simple. Other firms just want you to fail. They'll force you to trade risky things like Forex, futures, or crypto, where they know you have a much bigger chance of failing. They'll take their fees from you and call it a day. At Funder, we are completely the opposite. We want you to win. That's why we only offer funding in stocks and options where the majority of you will be more comfortable and have a much better chance of success. Does that make sense? Now, okay, so coming back to this slide, number 2, we have a US-based help desk for all of our traders. If you have a question, you can get someone on the phone, a real local person, extremely quickly who can actually help you out. We aren't like other firms where it's impossible to actually talk to a real human. And number 3, we give you a dedicated risk manager to monitor your trades and ideally prevent you from making any major mistakes. And again, we want people to get funded. So this is just another huge benefit for those of you who might need help on the risk side. And my personal favorite, number 4, you get access to me every day in our live room to teach you and help you to get funded. So not only am I teaching you live with what's going on in the market, you're getting access to my daily list of names that you should look to trade, as well as some I would specifically call out when I see a unique price action. So I wouldn't be where I am today without a good mentor, and my goal is to be that person for you as well. So again, my number 1 goal is to help you get funded and give you all the support you need to make that happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you how to beat our challenge. So on to step number 3, how to get funded by outsmarting prop trading challenges. I've seen every challenge under the sun in the prop trading space, and I want to show you my 3-step process to beating these challenges, including the strategies you can use to even beat my own funder trading challenge. Now, for those of you who want to skip the education part here and are most interested in learning about how to get started with funder, you can skip ahead in this video to our bonus step number 4, where we dive into that more. Okay, so here's my 3-step process to beating the challenge and getting funded. Okay, first off, how to scan for stocks primed for large moves up. Number 2, how to know the exact time you should buy. And number 3, what are the red flags to look for that will tell you when to sell. So first off, the real key is to learn how to properly scan for the stocks you should be trading. Ideally, we need stocks that are likely to make big moves up but seem like they have very little downside. So here's my basic criteria. Number 1, we need a stock that has more than a 10% move in the last 7 days. Number 2, we need it to have 300,000 shares of minimum daily average traded volume over the last 10 days. And number 3, we need a minimum share price of $1.50 per share. Okay, so this will build the initial list during the week. Now, that isn't going to fully scan for what I want, but I want to give you some basic, absolute basic criteria to work with. In reality, I pay thousands of dollars every year for special software to scan for what I want. So how would you like to get access to my daily scanner list of names to trade? I'm sure you think it would help give you an edge, right? So this is actually something we give to all funder members going through the challenge. So you'd be getting access to this as a bonus for free. And I released the list of stocks I believe are about to make a big potential move and send them to my students. This is updated every week and every day, and it's the first thing we're looking for in the morning when trying to figure out what to trade. So now step number 2, how to know the exact time you should buy. Okay, the key is to look for huge pre-market volume. The absolute minimum here would be 500,000 shares traded, but in reality, we want 1 million plus or really 10 million plus shares traded. So here's an example of COSM. This one had a huge pre-market volume, so we decided to take a look. This is a 1-day, 5-minute chart you're looking at here. Once the stock triggers on our radar, we always pull up the chart. The main indicator I look at is the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, VWAP. It's set up on 1 standard deviation above and below, and we're looking for the stock price to swerve inside or outside of the VWAP channel, almost like a drunk driver. It happens right here where we have the arrow. Now, if I zoom in on this, we can see that the stock candles were stuck within the VWAP channel and then finally started to break out. That was our indication that it was finally time to buy. And from here, it was a huge breakout. The stock literally 5 times in the same day. Now, here's another example with ENVX. This time we're talking about the downside. You can see that where the arrow is, that stock swerved back into the channel. And if we zoom in, you can see here that it starts to break below the VWAP, the top of the channel, which signals to us that this thing is starting to crumble down. And which is sure enough what it did going forwards. Now, last but not least is step number 3, how to know the exact time you should get out. Okay, so the same logic applies when trying to get out. You can see where the arrow is here that we decided to get in. At the top we exited, but let me show you why. Same logic, we started to lose the momentum and broke downward into the VWAP channel. And that told us it was time to cut loose and get out of our position. So now I want to add in a bonus step number 4 here, where I'll break down how to get a $100,000 funded trading account with Funder Trading. Now, for those of you that aren't interested in trading with us at Funder Trading, you can hop off the video now if you aren't interested. But for those of you that are genuinely interested in getting a $100,000 funded account with us at Funder Trading, then stick around a little bit longer. Here at Funder, we offer everything you need to potentially get access to some serious funding, from state-of-the-art software and platforms, full analytics suite and dashboard where you can see data on exactly how you're performing. You'll have personal risk management and a platform to monitor your trading. You'll have a full library of educational videos, from beginner videos to advanced strategies. And you'll have our VIP Chicago-based help desk where you'll get real-time support via phone and live chat. And you're gonna have a professional trading coach that you'll have access to every single day, which is me, of course. Now, what separates our program from all the others out there is that I will coach you live every day during prime trading hours. I'm also going to be giving you pre-market analysis, your daily updated watch list of stocks, and discussing trade setups and risk management live as well. You get full access to someone who's been trading actively professionally for well over a decade now. And again, this was exactly what I wish that I had when I first started. So how does this all work? Well, it's pretty simple. Prove that you can trade by completing the TrueEdge challenge and you'll get funded. You'll keep 100% of the profits until your startup fee is covered. And basically you'll be recouping your startup fee, and then we enter into an 80-20 split where you're gonna keep 80% of the profits and we're gonna keep 20%. So essentially at that point, your initial investment is risk-free. Now here are the basics of how the challenge works. Your goal is to make a 5% gain within your challenge month. Every 22 trading days starts a new month to beat the challenge. Within those 22 trading days, your goal is to beat the challenge requirements, and you'll only be trading stocks listed on the NASDAQ, and you can't take any major losses. And more specifically, here's what those rules look like. Number 1, you can't lose more than $3,000 cumulatively. Number 2, if you lose more than $500 in a single day, you are done trading for that day and you can pick it up the next day. Number 3, you can't trade more than 1,000 shares per security at a time. Number 4, the biggest winner must be larger than the biggest losing trade. Number 5, all trades must be closed in the same market day to prevent any crazy overnight swings. Make your 5%, don't take big losses. Now, here's the deal. At the top right of your screen right now, or in the description of this video, you should see a link to access our brief quiz to see if you qualify for the Funder Trading Challenge. While spots are very limited, since this video hasn't been taken down yet, it means that spots are still open. So after you click the button, you'll see a page that looks like this. All you have to do is click See if you qualify, and you'll take a brief quiz to make sure that you're a good fit for us at Funder Trading. So the long story short, I don't let just anyone join the Funder Trading Challenge, because not only are you getting state-of-the-art platforms and systems and education every single day to help you out, but you'll also literally get access to me every single day in my live education room. And we're also a tight-knit group of traders who genuinely care about helping each other out. So at the end of the day, my team and I only accept certain people into the Funder Trading Challenge. And I think it's super important to make sure people are a good fit before they are accepted. So the reason I created this video was not only to show you the benefits of trading with a prop firm, but also to give you a chance to see if you qualify for the Funder Trading Challenge. So as you see on the screen, type the link you see right here on the screen into your browser, or click the button you see somewhere near this video to take the brief quiz right now and find out if you're qualified. If you procrastinate a little bit and you go to the application page after the time period is up, you'll lose out on potentially filling one of my few open spots this month. So since you're watching this video right now, it means there's still spots open. I want to keep our group very tight-knit so I can make sure everyone is killing it in the market. And I want to make sure that you get taken care of. So make sure to take that application ASAP. So now you have three options. Option number one, you do nothing and continue to trade on your own without any additional funding. Now this can be super risky, and you risk never getting to that next level of potential earnings. Option number two, you look for funding elsewhere to support your trading. And this option can be very risky as well, and more importantly, very expensive. And then there's option number three, my personal favorite, and sure, I'm a little biased, to trade with Funder Trading and potentially get a risk-free $100,000 funded trading account. So let's break these down. First, option number one, you continue to trade on your own. The red flag here is that it's not a great time to be risking your own money trading. I mean, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know that right now it's a difficult time to be trading. And if you lost money trading on your own this year or even last year, who's to say that's not going to go the same way again? And on top of that, you dramatically decrease your earning potential by not having extra capital to trade with. Next, option number two, you decide to get funding elsewhere. For starters, while there are a lot of great companies in our space, there aren't many reputable companies that allow stock trading and none that offer options. So you're out of luck there. I mean, you can try to take out a loan to get funded for your trading, but we went over how expensive that can be earlier. Upwards of $7,000 to $36,000 in interest fees, and that's if you're even able to get access to that type of capital, depending on your credit. And on top of all of that, you still have to cover all the losses on your own. So finally, option number three, you decide to move forward with Funder Trading. Get access to cutting-edge tools and software to conquer your challenge, and have a great shot at getting access to a risk-free $100,000 trading account with us. And here's the reality, folks. If you're concerned about whether or not you have what it takes to pass the challenge, just remember that I literally designed the challenge myself, and I'm offering everything I can to help you be successful. I made this challenge, and I want to show you exactly how to beat it. Now, when I started with Great Point Capital, they only gave me $2,000 in buying power. But as I started to get better, my buying power went up to $500,000, and I was averaging 3 to 7% a month in returns and was profiting $15,000 a month in profits. That's the real power of trading a larger account when you don't have that money. So here with Funder Trading, we're offering the opportunity to get a full $100,000 funded trading account. That can create some serious profit potential. Take a look at this chart here. This is assuming you have a $100,000 trading account to start. If you can make just 5% a month, By the end of the year, you will have grown your account to $180,000 and you'll be sitting on an $80,000 profit. Your profits can really start to add up fast. So let's say you repeat that same 5% monthly for 5 years. By the end of year 5, your $100,000 account will have grown to close to $1.9 million. That's the power of compounding returns, folks. So, as you can see on the screen, type the link you see here on the screen into your browser or click the button somewhere near this video to take the brief quiz right now and find out if you're qualified. So folks, thanks again for your time today, and I really hope we can get you on track towards potentially becoming a funded trader yourself. This stuff is really important to me, and I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. Prop trading has allowed me to achieve the life that I never dreamed of, and I wanted to potentially do the same for you. So if you're interested in getting funded, type in the link at the bottom of the screen or click the button somewhere near this video. And if you have any questions at all, just pop them in the comments below and we'll get back to you ASAP. So again, thanks again and have a great rest of your day.